Hello everybody and welcome back, and if you remember, I'm halfway up a mountain looking for two exceedingly rare plants.
So today is the big one, big walk. The reason why I came pretty much to try and see, find and smell Daphne petraea. Also hoping to see, oh look at this orchid, hold on. This one's so nice, I'm going to video it. Isn't that wonderful? Where was I? Yeah, also hoping to see Saxifraga tombeanensis. And while I'm talking about these plants, I want to touch a little bit on the area, because between Lakes Como and Garda, you've got the Adamello Park, the Bergamasque Park, and the Tombea range. There's all these really, really rare and unusual and very specific flowers that only grow around here. The ones I've just mentioned, Saxifraga vandellii, Saxifraga arachnoidea, Campanula raineri. These things are all confined to these hills, and I don't know why, but it's really, really rich in flora, and very exciting flora at that. So yeah, and you know what, I'm still thinking about that snail. As far as snails go, it's quite a cute snail. Good news and bad news, such is life. One of the things I wanted to see, Primula spectabilis here, is in seed. It's finished. I did see some very faded flowers yesterday, and I thought, no, I'll leave it, because tomorrow I'm going a bit higher, and there's bound to be millions of them in flower there, and they've finished. I guess you can't have everything, can you? Maybe I'll see some if I go higher up.
Okay, now here's where things get a bit more tricky. Look at these lovely violas, not pansies, violas. This one, I'm pretty sure, is Viola calcarata. Lovely, lovely thing. Now look at this one. This is different. I don't really know what it is. There's so many, they're so similar, and the pictures are very similar in the book. Please, answers on a postcard.
Look, we've got another one out here. Look at this beautiful Primula auricula. And there's a caterpillar going for it.
Right, a couple of nice easy plants to identify here. Globularia cordifolia, they're on the left, and the leaves of Helleborus niger, the old Christmas rose there. So, you know, multiple seasons here. We saw the culture come autumn, you know, come very early spring, you'll see the hellebore. We have this lovely little plant that inhabits the same sort of habitat as the Physoplexus comosa, which we saw earlier. And you always want to be Physoplexus comosa, which is a shame, because this little thing's actually a lovely little plant in its own right. Pederota bonorota. And look, here we got Saxifraga in flower today. Monge 2, isn't that sweet?
So here we're coming up to the bunkers that were dug out during the First World War. And all along this path here, there's loads of them. As you can see here, you've got a view right down to the valley. And of course, you know, this wasn't always Italy. It was Austria. Then a lot of the places in the Dolomites and further north have got their name in, you know, in Italian and also in German, like Bolzano and Bozen. So yeah, it's a funny old range, and when there's some cloud around and rain, it's actually really eerie up here. There's never anyone else around. There's never a soul in sight. So it's kind of spooky, and you know, to think what they were doing up here. Not a very big destination for walkers, so you have to really want to be up here. Coming from something specific like a Daphne or a Saxifraga. So it's quite, oh, here we go, look! Primula spectabilis. Oh, hello. Ooh. Look at that contrast. The contrast between the white and the pink. It's like, it's ice creamy. Delicious. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, now I don't think the identification between these two, Primula spectabilis and Primula glaucescens, is quite as cut and dried as I thought it was. Potentially they both occur in the same area, Southern Alps, Italy, excluding the Dolomites, so right area. And I think someone else came here and had the same problem. I'm pretty sure this plant here is spectabilis. And if you note on the description, one of the things it says is leaves tending to curl backwards. Now here's another plant. As you can see, the eye's not quite as big and white. And another part of the description for Primula glaucescens is it has leaves which tend to curl inwards. So do you think they curl inwards and the other one curls backwards? And are the petal lobes rather wavy? Certainly it's not as wavy as the first one. I don't know. Anyway, here's a much easier bit of identification. Primula auricula and what I think is probably Primula spectabilis growing side by side. I always think it's really interesting to see two species from the same genus grow next to each other like this, because you can really see the differences between them. But you can also see how much they like the same habitat. Here's this veratrum. Look at those gorgeous, bright, green, shiny leaves there. Really, this one is in perfect condition. Now, we can't identify this because we need the flower. We need to see if it's got the little black bit or the little white bit, nigrum or album. And here's a little rock rose, Helianthemum numularium.
Normally it doesn't show up, but I don't think you can avoid here seeing how many gentian there are. Absolutely incredible. Look at it. I've never seen so many.
Yeah, now I think this is Gentiana clusii. Could be a caulis. I'll have to make more effort to identify these when I'm up there, but I'm in such a hurry usually. Anyway, it's beautiful, isn't it? Look, and another one of my favourite combos. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. The gentian and the dryas. They just make such a lovely couple. Look at them. Gentiana verna up here, and look at the colour of this one. That's a very interesting purple. And what used to be orchis, now Anacamptis palustris. And let's take a minute to look at these marvellous views as well, because not only the turfs and the rocks strewn with these beautiful flowers, you look up and then these fantastic views around you. So there's the Baldo range there, and I love the landscape up here. There's all these jaggedy outcrops, and it's very green. There's lots of turf everywhere. It reminds me of sort of like an Avatar landscape. There's the Baldo range again, and a little sort of cowshed area. Anyway, continued along the path, and we came across some ranunculacea. First one was Pulsatile alpina, and look at that lovely purplish, blackish, inky, hairy feathering on the back of its flowery bits, and then Anemone narcissa flora, which has pinkish flushing on the back of its flowery bits.
Wow, check this out for a view. I think that's the Alamallo range over there. Right round. It's looking a bit stormy. I don't like the look of that at all. And over there, you can't see it, but that's Garda down there. Exciting. Tunnel. Woo! Yeehaw. Holy cow. I think I can see it. I'm going to zoom in. Can you see that blob of pink there? There's more pink. Where is it? There's more pink in that rock. Can't see it. There's a big, really big blob of pink over there. It's not showing up on the video. Yes, it is. There. Right in the middle of the screen right now. I'm going to go for it. Yeah, that's it. Daphne petraea. Finally found it. Bacon sent me up here, Farah sent me up here, they've all sent me up here to look for it, and now I've found it. The scent is so sweet, it's like honey, it's beautiful. Seeing it makes it feel all worth it, you know. The early flight, Stansted, braving Stansted to come and see this thing. The long walk, everything. When you find these flowers, something you've been looking for a long time, I feel very privileged to be here around this because, you know, it doesn't grow everywhere. It's very, very rare indeed. So here we go, Daphne petraea. I'm not going to kiss it because it's poisonous. And, you know, I'm sure you don't want me to die of plant poisoning.
Okay, I'm not going to bother trying to describe this myself. Let's let Farah do this, as Farah does so well. Daphne petraea is the most absolutely saxatile of all rock plants. In microscopic crannies, it roots back into chinks where no soil can be, only moisture and lime. Here it forms bushes that lie tight and hard against the cliff. Each thick little wooden twig, gnarled and pressed against the stone, is crowned with a tuft of dark green, tiny, narrow oval leaves, solid and lucent. And on these mats, in heads of 2 or 3, are scattered the great rosy trumpets, flat and firm on the firm, flat mass. Indeed. Now, as I sat and ate my lunch, I contemplated many things, not least of all that little Daphne, and after 2 failed attempts, finally finding it, and to be sat here in its presence, after 15 years since I first started searching for it, it really is quite a wonderful and magical experience. Well, a little bit higher up still, and some lovely little primula auricula flowering away, aren't they gorgeous? Some more Saxifraga arachnoidea. Is that golden blossom? I think not. It's sort of greenish yellow, isn't it? Anyway, a lovely little white ranunculus here. Now, those leaves in the foreground actually are not the leaves of the ranunculus. It's a bit of an optical illusion. If you look right at the back there, you can see them. This is Ranunculus bilobus. And then a little viola that I do know, Viola biflora. Lovely little chap. Now, this viola, I think this one is Viola jubiana. The right one is a bit scraggy, but look at this one on the left. I mean, isn't that a fantastic, gorgeous little rock plant?
So there it is, there's the bluff where Daphne petraea resides. It's a lovely formation of rock.
So that was it. It was time to head back down. What a wonderful day, fulfilled. Ah, now the observant among you are saying, what happened to Saxifraga tombeanensis? Well, I found one. It was way out of reach. I had to video it and then take screenshots of my video. But look, here it is. This one little plant. Half of it's dead. Look at those tiny little rosettes. Sadly not in flower. I scoured all of that mountain trying to find it and I could not find it. So this is a good thing. This means I still have to find it. I still have to cross it off the list. I have to come back. But sadly, didn't find Saxifraga tombeanensis. So what we need now, a nice glass of wine. It's a local wine. Let's have a try. Chin chin.
I could definitely see myself sitting in the sun in the south of Lake Garda and enjoying some of that in my swimming trunks.
Yes, quite a disturbing thought. Anyway, fantastic day. Time for a quick sleep.
Here it is. This has been my accommodation for the past couple of days. Below that walnut tree, that's where all the fireflies are. Lovely hills. Someone busy with a strimmer over there.
Now, sadly, it was my last day here, and I had a little chat with Andrea before I left because he was knowledgeable about local mountain flowers, which is very unusual. And not only that, but also the local geology. Ciao tutto, provo in italiano. Questo è Andrea. Questo è il tuo posto?
Sì.
È stupendo.
Mi fa piacere.
Allora, quando vado in montagna chiedo alla gente dove posso trovare le piante. Da solito loro dicono di no, ma sei la prossima persona che ha detto sì. Allora, puoi raccontarci
Sì.
di questo fiore?
Sì.
La sassifraga?
La sassifraga
Sì.
tombeanensis.
Tombeanensis, sì.
Il nome completo è Saxifraga tombeanensis perché è stata catalogata per la prima volta sul Monte Tombea, che è qua vicino, sono in linea d'aria a meno di 10 km. E credo, non sono sicuro, credo sia stata catalogata la prima volta da un botanico inglese. Non sono sicuro, questo è da verificare. Però sì, lì si vede piuttosto frequentemente, è piuttosto diffusa, anche se è comunque una specie piuttosto rara, nonostante tutto, perché ci sono le giuste condizioni climatiche e il giusto suolo. Il motivo per cui è solo lì, uno dei motivi possibili, questo è una teoria, l'ho sentita dire, bisognerebbe approfondire se è vero. Uno dei motivi per cui è difficile l'espansione di questa specie è perché si trova stretta tra i due laghi. Il lago di Garda dal lato est, che fa da barriera, e il lago di Idro verso ovest, con la valle e le valli giudicarie. E queste due valli profonde fanno dei limiti naturali per questa specie. Questo è quello che conosco io.
Va bene. Ho bisogno
gli altari di miei amici in Londra per capire questo. Ma grazie mille. Ieri hai parlato di le diverse geologie,
Sì,
le rocce,
sì.
perché le piante qui sono molto diverse. Hai detto questo?
Sì, 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 hai capito bene, hai capito bene.
Ma-
Sì, perché siamo in una zona di incrocio tra almeno 3 tipi di geologia diversa
Mhm.
e se tu guardi sulle montagne qua o anche dove la gente fa degli scavi per una casa, per qualsiasi cosa, è molto facile vedere i vari strati di terreno, i vari strati di rocce mescolarsi molto rapidamente. Di solito dove c'è il terreno argilloso non c'è il calcare e viceversa. Noi qui siamo in una zona in cui se affettassi la valle vedresti delle creste di argilla, scusami, delle creste di argilla e tra una cresta e l'altra dei sedimenti di calcare. E quindi in pochissimo spazio hai tantissima variabilità geologica, quindi pietre molto differenti e habitat molto differenti. Qua, per esempio, dall'inquadratura si vede dove c'è la linea di questa ringhiera, la montagna che vedete lì dietro alle nostre spalle, dalla linea in su è calcarea. Il terreno adesso magari dall'inquadratura non si vede, ma è un terreno molto arido perché tutta la pioggia entra subito in profondità, penetra. In tutta quella montagna lì non ci sono sorgenti. E tutta l'acqua entra, quindi è un clima molto secco. Ci sono pini, ci sono non mi ricordo come si chiamano, è un tipo di erba che cresce solo dove è molto secco.
Sì.
All'improvviso, all'altezza, davvero all'altezza di questa ringhiera, cambia la geologia improvvisamente, il terreno diventa argilloso, l'argilla è impermeabile e quindi l'acqua esce fuori. E quindi a questa altezza, davvero, tu da lì vedi una casa, quella casa è costruita lì perché c'è una sorgente. A quella quota lì, in tutta la larghezza della montagna, ci sono sorgenti dappertutto. E improvvisamente quindi cambia il terreno, da secco diventa molto umido.
Ah, va bene, va bene.
E quindi cambia la geologia e sopra c'è un tipo di vegetazione, sotto completamente un altro.
Perché? Allora, grazie mille per il suo tempo, per, come si dice,
Avermi ospitato.
avermi spostato qui. Grazie mille, Andrea.
È stato un piacere.
Andrea had to crack on with some haymaking, but he got his son to take me and show me one of these famous Lake Garda springs. I wasn't drunk, just the footing was very uneven.
Oh, here it is. Questo è? Oh, look at it go.
I've got to try it while I'm here. Here we go. Stupendo.
Oh, what a lovely chap Andrea was. Fantastic little interview there. So today we're going to Malcesine and we're going to go, hopefully get the Funivia if it's open, and go up to Monte Baldo. Right, here we are in Malcesine, beautiful Malcesine. See the cable car, can't see any cars on it yet. I'm really hoping it's open because it's a hell of a long walk up there. Finally! I've made it. I've parked the car up. I'm on the way to the Funivia. That took ages. It was actually one of the most stressful pieces of driving I've ever had to deal with in my life. Check this out. Traffic, people, mopeds, bikes. Good news, it's open.
Quite a queue. Goes right up there. Goes right around there, right up the stairs. It's huge.
Travel. Whew, okay, finally here. And the floor's quite different over here. It's a bit like, it sounds a bit like doesn't it, Baldo? It's a bit like a lump of rock has dropped off the Dolomites and rolled down to Garda, because down here you get quite a lot of the plants that you'd associate with there. So I'm hoping to see rhodophamnus, I think that grows up here, some more Physoplexus, and I think Pentilla nitida grows here as well. Here we've got another Daphne growing in the rocks. So this is different to the species we were looking at the other day. That was petraea, this is not petraea. I haven't got an identification book out yet, but I'll get it out in a while. But this one really likes the rock. But it's important to know which ones you're looking at, because you could easily confuse that for petraea. And right next to it, I've just spotted this as well. This is a little callianthemum. There's quite a rare one that grows up here. The second name escapes me at the moment, but it's not Coriandrifolium. We'll get the book out later and check it out.
It was a great walk for hiking shots, and also a cracking spot for lunch. I mean, just look at the view, and try not to look at my sweaty shirt.
Okay, so then we've got the station we came upon. Top of the lake, there's a river. And here's the lake. Beautiful. Down there, Alcesina. This is where I was staying, over that side, around there somewhere. That's where we were walking the other day, over there.
And here we have a plant of the region again, Saxifraga mutata. A couple of pretty poor gentian growing here. And one of the plants that actually really stood out on this day, and that is Clematis alpina. And look, it's with Dryas octopetla. What an amorous chap this is. He's been a bedfellow of everyone, hasn't he? We've seen him with gentian, we've seen him with Daphne, we've seen him with Miss Polygola from the Dolomites, and he makes a fantastic companion for all these willing flowers. He must be very good company. Now here by the path there's a bit of erosion, and we can look at something that's slightly different to what Andrea was telling us about. You can see here the natural stone that Monte Baldo is made out of, the sort of white limestone. On top there's like a humus layer, and this is from all the dead vegetation that's built up over the years. And this substrate may not be calcareous, so you can get plants here that either don't require lime to grow or are lime haters.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer true. I'm half crazy, fully crazy, oh for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two.
Here we go. So here is Potentilla nitida, a plant you'd kind of associate with the Dolomites, but it's all in this area. Interesting, we didn't see it on the other side of the lake, but we're seeing it here. Now, it's not in flower. Here's some flowers I saw in the Dolomites a few years ago. I think probably the reason I'm not seeing it in flower here is because I'm a little bit too early. It might need another couple of weeks, but a lovely plant. Here's Ranunculus thora. Do you remember we saw it on the first day? This is the most wonderful specimen I've ever seen. And look at it, it's nestled between these two rocks here. I mean, it's like a painting. Gorgeous. The Madonna with the big leaves. And in support, its subjects, a couple of primula and viola by flora.
Such a brilliant walk this, such a brilliant walk. It's really exciting. You're basically along the top of this ridge and you're going in amongst these little pines and these really rocky, narrow little footpath, and you come out to these amazing views like this. And around this stuff again, it's all a bit dodgy, but you know, when you're looking for plants you don't care.
Primula auricula growing up here, and quite an interesting plant this. I mean, look at this one, it sort of looks a bit more like a cowslip with really big leaves there, big open leaves. Now let's compare this to the saxatile little plants we were seeing yesterday. And I didn't even mention it at the time actually, but look, the one on the left here has got a very, very green leaf. And compare that to the plant on the right, whose leaves are covered in farina. Quite a variable little chap. I know there are subspecies, albocincta, that sort of thing, but I do wonder whether it will be split further at some point. Okay, there's a lot of walking shots today, and I'm going to come clean, alright? Basically, I didn't get to where I wanted to get to on the walk. I think I needed to get up here, the Cima Valdrita, I just didn't have time. It took ages to get to Malcesine, then there was a huge queue for the funicular. And I didn't want to miss the last funicular down, because that's a long walk. I've done it before, it's a long, long way. So sadly, a lot of the things I wanted to find, I didn't find. I'm sorry. Some days it just goes like that.
I've put my sunglasses here because I wanted to show you the size of these mats of Potentilla nitida. They're gigantic. Sadly not in flower. And I can't actually see any buds. I've seen this before with them. They can be quite shy flowering, even in the wild. Okay, here's their view. Look at this. This is what these little chaps look out onto every day. Isn't it heaven?
Oh, this is a great walking scene. Look at that with the clouds there. What a beautiful blue sky and that white rock. Okay, just to show you what I saw last time I was here. Look at these. Lovely aster, liliums. Nice geum, what are you going to say? Thalictrum aquiligifolium. Easy for you to say. Anemone narcissiflora. The veratrum, this one, we knew what it was because we could see the colour of its little bits. Veratrum album. And here are the leaves of the ones we were looking at the other day. So that's just to put a flower to a face to a flower to a leaf. Look, little Campanula barbata. Neo paradisea. Aquilegia. Beautiful beds of Trolleus. And the pièce de résistance. Look at this. What a shame I didn't see more of these. My camera's better as well, I'll be able to get some better photos. Oh well. But the views were absolutely stunning today. Anyway, back to this wonderful little plant, which really was the plant of the day for me. Clematis alpina. I don't think I saw it last time, but up here it was just delightful. Next to the path, sprawling through little trees there. Gorgeous. Look at all the different angles. What a wonderful little thing.
Check this out for a beautiful form of Clematis alpina. Only one flower. But look at the leaves on that. It's a lovely intense lavender, I guess you'd call it. But the leaves really are beautiful, beautiful dark green. Almost with the purple tinge. It's not really showing in the video, sorry. But almost a purple tinge to them. What a plant, look at that.
Anyway, it's time to head back down, so I guess I'll just show you the reverse shots of my walking shots. Hold on, let's speed this up a bit, could get a bit boring.
Look, over there, there's a storm, and the Baldo range is in the middle. There's a storm over there, clear on Baldo, and then over there, Adamello, and Tombea range, looks stormy over there as well. Last time I was here, a storm rolled around all day, to the left and the right of me, and it never came to Baldo. So really interesting the way the weather strikes around here. Here's what's responsible for this smell of jasmine everywhere around Garda. Star jasmine, not an alpine. Star jasmine, Trachelospermum jasminoides, I believe. Oh, that's absolutely delicious.
Kiwis. A lot of people think they come from New Zealand. I think one of the main producers in the world is Italy. Look at that. And this is a caperberry. You see those there? What a beautiful flower these little things have. There we go. Malchesina in the afternoon sun. Perfect to go and do a little bit of shopping.
Look at this beautiful shop. Wow. Wow. And here it is. My favourite restaurant.
Oh, I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. Wine, flowers, china, wonderful food. Where would you rather be? And after all that walking, I was a bit parched.
Gin.
Wow, what a week and what a place to have my final night.
Salute! It's the last night. I've had a great week. Seen some fantastic plants. Found the Daphne, found the Saxifraga. I saw Saxifraga vandellii in flower. I've learned about geology, I've learned why the area is so special. Met some great people. It's been a fantastic journey, and I think every journey, it teaches you something. And when I come on these little adventures, there's always something new I learn. I've also got this fantastic new Alpine shirt. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? So I'm here in one of my favourite restaurants, maybe in the whole world. And you know what? It's not the most expensive restaurant I've ever been to. It's not the most famous restaurant I've ever been to. But the food's really, really good. But the most important thing is it has really special memories for me. Because the first time I came to Garda, I came here and I ate every night. And it introduced me to Baldo wine. Before anyone says anything, I know. Red wine and seafood, I know. But for me, that sentimental attachment is more important than how expensive it is or how famous it is. And I think that's important to remember in a lot of things in life. How you've enjoyed my little trip, me showing you around Garda. Do come, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's exciting, the food's great, the flowers are great, the wine's great. What more could you want? And yeah, ciao for now. I'll see you on the next one.